Hello again. I took a break and now I'm back at working. So that's what I'm going to do. I told you on my last video that I will do the branch and the tree for my bird and stuff like that. So that's what I am going to do. I will also do some leaves and stuff like that as I cut the branch. So if you want to look at that, feel free. If you don't, goodbye. I don't do much drawing when I do that type of thing. Usually I just cut it. But I actually need to make something there. So that's what I'm going to do. As usual, I'm going to turn the microphone off because I want to listen my audiobook while I'm working. If you have any questions, feel free to post them. I told you when I start the video that you have to be careful not to have two pieces of metal encrusting themselves into the inlay. And of course I did it because I wanted to demonstrate. No, I just made a mistake. I thought it was a piece of silver and it was just a piece of metal, so I had to remove it because I'm a little anal about that type of thing. And I fixed it. See, it was, I mean, you did see me doing it. It was here, and now it's gone. And of course, I erased my branch, but it's okay.
Podium Publishing presents Rise of Mankind, Publisher's Pack, written by John Walker, performed by James Patrick Cronin. What do you want me to do? Set their pulse drive to overload. 5-second timer. Sir, that will cause a massive explosion. Realization washed over Thina. Quail not revealing the information to the enemy may well make it worthless. Gray believed in why they were being cautious, but he hoped the gravity of the situation weighed properly with their allies. The sooner they traded their secrets, the sooner they could finish the war, and with Protocol 7 up their sleeves, they finally had the advantage. Time to take advantage of it, before it no longer mattered. Lieutenant Oliver Hal sat back in his seat, rubbing the back of his neck, while sipping from his cup of coffee. No matter how many times he worked second shift, he never seemed to get used to it. Fatigue weighed on his eyes, and the only cure involved a good dose of caffeine. By the time he went through his second cup, he felt more like himself. His scans scoured the solar system, checking in on all their early warning beacons. The process was automated, so he just had to sit back and wait for them to pick anything up. They tended to run constantly, pinging for anything out of the ordinary. It's how they encountered the Tandrol when it arrived, and how they found out about the enemy attack before it happened. Adjusting orbit by 0.37, Lieutenant Commander Stephanie Redding, the senior pilot, announced. Tim, can you confirm my navs? Lieutenant Timothy Collins worked on navigation. He peered at his monitors and performed a series of calculations before nodding. They look good, Steph. Thank you. Redding initiated the change and the thrusters engaged, moving the behemoth to a more stable orbit. Next correction in 30 minutes. Anything on scans worth noting, Ollie? Ollie glanced in her direction. Nah, it'll let us know if anything comes up. I've programmed it to... His console began beeping incessantly. Uh-oh. Ollie tapped his screen frantically, bringing up the beacon sending back a signal. His heart sank. So fast? Already? Damn, guys, can you give us a breather? We have contacts. How many? Redding asked. Are you sure? As sure as I was last time, Ollie replied. 2 massive ships incoming, just like last time. Damn it. I'll contact Commander Everly, Redding said. Just keep up on those scans and get me a silhouette ASAP. I want to know what we're dealing with. Ollie acknowledged, bringing up his various applications to analyze the incoming ships. The last time it happened, the Tandrol appeared, followed closely by the enemy. God knows what these guys want. A fleeting moment of hope entered his heart. It could be the Alliance come to ask about Protocol 7. I really pray that you just showed up on our doorstep. It feels like we have an open invitation to visit. Hey, Fate, can we revoke that already? Getting a little stressful. Chapter 2. Cleo reclined in her bunk, reading from her tablet. Human literature gave her the best source of education she could hope for. Even spending time amongst them, going about her daily life in their presence, didn't offer as much as one of their celebrated authors. She'd gone through a variety of them, from what they considered classics to dramatic works of the 20th century. All of them showed the species in many different lights. One of her favorites was Stephen King. He rarely painted people positively, focusing instead on their face size and playing off the horrors dwelling in their hearts and imaginations. She found these books to have a great deal of truth, mostly because the author cast light on the darkest elements of the subconscious mind. They also scared her a little, and that could be fun too. Another author she spent a lot of time with was Charles Dickens. His stories of the 19th century Earth gave her a good indication of how their history went. Like King, he could write about the fantastic, but ultimately he focused on the nature of people. Some of them made less sense to her than others, and they seemed to be exaggerated, but perhaps that's how human art got the point across. She particularly enjoyed The Christmas Carol. Scrooge's plight made sense to her, because Keelan family culture suffered a similar problem. Each of them set out, eager to make a name for themselves and bring glory to their name, but they rarely remembered to stop and enjoy the simple pleasures of togetherness, to celebrate life and affection. Human holidays in general gave her endless room to study, especially the American-inspired ones. Independence Day and Thanksgiving both intrigued her. The history behind them meant a great deal, but they changed considerably over the years. All of them revolved around food, some healthy, some not so much, and while one carried with it explosions, the other bordered on a shopping season. History continued to repeat itself in that regard, as even years after the consumerist culture gave way to a socialist tendency, people still struggled for fantastic deals on or around the holidays. Keelans did not suffer from a similar bargain hunting mentality. When they celebrated, they spent the time with family. The rarity of them getting together demanded total attention to spending time with their loved ones. Alert! Everly's voice boomed throughout the ship, pumped into every room through overhead speakers. Alert! This is not a drill. We have incoming vessels on Earth trajectory. We are on Ready 30. All pilots report to your stations. Repeat, all pilots report to your stations. This is not a drill. Yes, we got that it's not a drill, Commander. Clea stood and pulled on his uniform jacket, buttoning it up. The enemy certainly did not waste time in returning. She couldn't believe their tenacity. What had humanity done to warrant such dedication to their end? Then again, her own people endured siege from these scenes, so it shouldn't have been entirely surprising. They want what they want, and their desires include the end of anything unlike them. She left her quarters and headed for the bridge, moving aside as people rushed along around her. The ship proved itself in a major way during the last engagement, their test flight resulting in a massive battle. Each and every soldier aboard proved themselves up to the task of handling advanced technology, exactly what the Alliance hoped to see before admitting the human race fully into the fold. Along with Protocol 7, she included that in her report as well. On the bridge, Gray and Everly stood next to one another, hovering around Oliver Darnell's station. They peered at his screen as he tapped away, quietly working under the scrutiny of his two commanding officers. Clea took her seat, content to wait for the information rather than crowd the lieutenant. She knew he had enough on his plate without 6 eyes burning behind him. Come on, Ollie, Everly urged. What's taking so long? They're moving quickly, sir, but our scans don't bounce back instantly, Ollie explained. I'll have the data compiled any minute, I swear. You need to know how seriously to take this threat, Gray said. Should I be calling the council? Or are these the good guys? Well, at least they're thinking the same way I am, Clea thought. Chances are good it's my people. The enemy doesn't even know they've been defeated here yet. I hope. Captain? Ensign Abigail White spoke up. We're being hailed. That's definitely not the enemy, Stephanie said. Unless they've come to their senses and are looking to surrender. Cut the commentary, Gray said, turning to the communications officer. Go ahead and put it on speaker. Earthship Behemoth, this is the Crystal Font. A young man's voice spoke over the comm, succinct and articulate. Clea immediately recognized his tone as one of her own. Inside, she let herself relax, but outwardly, she maintained her professional demeanor. We are on approach to your home planet and request you do not fire upon us. We are with the Alliance. The rest of the humans on the bridge all let out a collective sigh of relief. Gray cleared his throat. Crystal Font, this is Captain Atwell of the Behemoth. Welcome to Earth space, and thank you for coming. I assume this has to do with the discovery of Protocol 7? Allow me to put my Anthar on the line. Anthar equated to the Earth title of Captain. He may have more he can add about that. Are we in range for visual yet? Gray asked. Aye, sir. Ollie tapped his keys. And I've got their silhouettes now. I've confirmed that these are 2 Alliance warships. They're transmitting as friends. Put their Anthar on screen. Gray sat in his chair and leaned forward as a young man, much younger than any commander Clea saw before, appeared. His teal eyes sat above a delicate face, pale blue hair topping his head in thick locks. He offered a grim expression as the connection established. I am Andar Quail of the Alliance Navy. We are here on a diplomatic mission to exchange information and discuss an alteration in the treaty our two people have agreed to. Will you grant permission to orbit your planet? Welcome to Earth, Quail, Gray said. You're more than welcome to orbit the planet. I'll contact the Council and let them know you've arrived. Are you in command of these two vessels? Negative, sir. I am in charge of the Crystal Font. In our military, the junior captain is relegated to routine duties such as establishing communications and gaining authorization for a landing. Please do not take this as an insult. It in no way reflects on how we view the importance of your station or ship. No offense taken, Gray replied. We have Clea on Tufal on board. Do you have a message for her? Clea stood and stepped in front of the view screen. Emotions coiled within her. She hadn't seen any of her people in a very long time. She smiled and lifted her hand, extending a greeting in her own tongue. I'm pleased to see people from home. We have much to discuss, Vindhari on Tufal. I hope you'll come aboard when we arrive while arrangements are made for the council meeting. It would be an honor. Clea bowed her head briefly. We will be able to orbit your planet in less than 6 hours. At that time, we will re-establish communications to finalize arrangements. Crystal Font, out. The screen went dark and Gray turned to Clea. I bet you're excited. Clea nodded emphatically. More than you know, sir. It's been a while. I hope they brought you some news of your family, of home. They send it along, Clea replied. But it's always so stale by the time it comes. I look forward to speaking to them in person, to seeing some of my people again. Feel free to spend as much time as you need aboard their ship when they get here, Gray said. This type of opportunity may not come again for a long time. Best to take advantage of it while you've got it. I appreciate that, sir. Clea finally smiled, fighting hard not to cry. Tears blurred her vision for a moment, but she blinked them away. If you don't mind, I'd like to retire to my quarters and prepare. Feel free. Gray gestured for the door. I think we've got things well in hand up here. Thank you. Clea paused to give him an appreciative look, then hurried on. He was right. This opportunity did not come along often enough, and she needed to spend as much time with her own kind as she could. Once they gave them Protocol 7, they'd likely leave again, and she had no idea when she would see them again. Time to make up for lost time as quickly as possible. Ah, how time suddenly has such a tender meaning. Like the Christmas carol, take advantage of the good while I have it, for tomorrow it may be gone again. I won't make that mistake. I swear it. Gray finished up a quick meeting with the council and arranged for them to gather shortly after the Keelers arrived. Excitement prevailed over the ship. Everyone knew why they were there, and whether or not they might defeat the enemy came into question. What would the Alliance do with Protocol 7? The answer might turn the course of the war and history itself. Gray looked forward to their proposal. Their advances in technology made Earth look backward prior to the first attack. Now that they had a head start, they were beginning to catch up, but it would be a while before his people would be as potent in space, at least without a little help. Perhaps the Keelans might be able to provide the missing parts they needed to fire up the next vessel. Their technicians certainly knew what they were doing. Perhaps Earth already had all the requirements, but didn't know how to properly utilize them. This wouldn't surprise Gray either, considering the complexities of the pulse drives. He got his dress uniform out and summoned Clea to his quarters. By the time he finished pressing it, she knocked and he let her in. Hey there, Gray said without looking up from hanging his outfit. I hope you plan to attend the council meeting with your folks.
I do.
Clea paced over and took a seat.
I hope they're here for more than taking the Protocol 7.
Me too. I'm guessing it's something big.
A fair assessment.
Clea folded her arms over her chest.
It would not surprise me if Earth receives a formal invitation to join the Alliance. That will mean trade agreements and more assistance than you've received until now. If it comes to pass and you accept, things will change quickly for your people.
I hope for the better. Gray turned to the mirror. Sometimes advancement isn't always positive. Change can happen too fast.
Yes, but we have to welcome it regardless. We have no choice.
Clea came up behind him and peered over his shoulder.
You look worried.
I'm a little nervous. Clea frowned.
About what?
Joining the Alliance means going to war. We've had battles. We've won them, but a full-on engagement? Adding our guns to theirs will mean we go to a front line, and campaigns like that are costly in lives and spirits.
Tell me about it.
Clea moved away.
My people have been enduring what you described for many years.
Then I hope if what I'm saying is true, we can wrap this conflict up so we can all get back to something positive. Exploring, developing technology, helping each other. Anything but violence. I tell you this, when that enemy is stopped, the last thing anyone's going to be thinking about is firing a weapon.
You'd be surprised how quickly tempers flare and violence follow.
Clea said.
Many cultures may even use the conclusion of one conflict to wrap up grievances directly after, much like the proposition by your General Patton in World War II. He wanted to rearm the German people and attack the Russian allies before they became a problem.
Yes, but that was a different theater then, Gray said. Back then, uncertainty reigned. With the advancements in our technologies, resources aren't going to be the problem, and so far, the Alliance has proven to share our ideologies. We're in a fantastic place to build relationships, not force them.
As you say,
Clea bowed her head.
and I do hope you're right.
Gray grinned. I am sometimes. His comm unit interrupted him. He clicked it on. Captain Atwell here. Ollie replied. Captain, your shuttle is prepared for departure to take you to military command. Whenever you arrive, they can depart. Thanks, Ollie. I'm on my way. Gray killed the connection and turned to Clea. Are you ready to go?
My bag is packed, if that's what you're asking.
Then grab it and let's get a move on. Gray picked up his things and headed for the door. Today we see what we've discovered with the Tamdral and how we can use it going forward. I sure hope your people are as wily as they seem. We need some serious cleverness to put this to bed. Clea and Gray took a shuttle to Earth and arrived at the base of operations in Florida just outside of 2 hours. They were given quarters to change and told that the council would convene after lunch. The delegates arrived before then and were put up in the visitors' housing, a decent set of rooms well away from any essential systems. After a light meal, Clea made her way to the floor of the council. Tight security took nearly 20 minutes to get through, and she saw others without her position take longer. Once inside, she lingered in the hallway, leaning against the wall in anticipation of Gray's arrival or that of her people. The Rushin name rang a bell for her, but she couldn't place the family, not immediately. Her own didn't interact with them directly. Looking into Quail Rushin himself, she found he was incredibly young for the Antar honor, nearly 6 years her junior. He must have done something exemplary to dash past through the ranks. Antar Maigora she knew. He was friends with her father, though she never met him personally. His exploits were often recounted at family occasions. Lately, the Alliance used his diplomatic skills over his combat experience, and he trained some of the newest commanders in their military. If they sent him, it was to show they meant business with the humans. Clea doubted any of the council would see the significance, but but sometimes politics involved intangible gestures. Someone tapped Clea on the shoulder and she turned, staring into the eyes of Quail. He smiled and extended his hand. A different man than when he sat on the bridge of his vessel. Hello, he said. It's nice to meet you in person.
You as well.
Clea replied. She shook his hand.
I don't believe our families have ever crossed paths.
Quail shook his head. I don't either. But we have such large extended relations. It's hard to know, right?
True.
Clea considered him for a moment.
I have so many questions, but I feel like I'd be rude to just dive in.
I think we're going to have time later. Are you going to visit our ships? Clea nodded emphatically.
Most definitely. I can't wait.
I'm sure you at least have one question which you must know the answer to now. Quail tilted his head.
Well,
Clea cleared her throat.
I am wondering how you became an Anthar so quickly.
Quail's expression melted into one of seriousness. He looked away. Battlefield promotion for the Anthar part? But son Anthar, I earned properly. War has a way of elevating positions quickly. We have chances to shine we may not otherwise experience during peacetime. As a result, I've proven myself many times, up to and including this assignment.
It seems like a waste of talent, then.
Clea replied.
To send you and Mygora here. Why not put you back on the lines?
I think our crew deserve a break, Ken said. They went through plenty in our last engagement. Plus, I got the opportunity to be the official Anthar of my ship. A simple task felt like just the thing to get acclimated with the crew.
Do you want to talk about the fight that got you promoted?
Quail considered the question and shook his head. Another time, perhaps. Over a drink.
Fair enough.
Others poured into the room around them, and Clea shook his hand again.
It was very nice to meet you, Quail. I look forward to a more extensive conversation later.
To you as well, Vindari. Gray approached from behind. Who is that?
The Anthar of one of the two ships,
Clea explained.
very young for the job, but seemingly quite capable.
Yeah? I'm not great at guessing age with you folks, but I agree. He sure seems youthful to be a captain.
They can't all be old men like you.
Clea teased. Hey, still that old thing. I'm in my prime. Gray escorted her to their seats. So here we go. Time to find out what all the fuss is about.
And hope we're all here to end it.
Clea took a deep breath and directed her attention to the council. Anthar Mygora and Quail stepped up to a podium at the center of the room. The older of the two had jet black hair and striking purple eyes. His lean body filled out his dress uniform well, proving he remained in fantastic shape. The council entered shortly after, taking up their positions in the crescent moon of their table. They weren't big on ceremony, thankfully, and sat quickly before the chief of military operations, Daniel Burke, addressed those present. He was in his 60s with gray hair and a hard face won from years of military service. Clea only met him once before, and thought him wise, if a bit cynical. Greetings. Daniel spoke with a voice far more robust and powerful than his aged visage would lead one to believe. His command authority remained firmly in place. We've come together in this emergency meeting to address the arrival of the Alliance representatives. It is our hope you have come to engage in a free exchange of ideas. Our information for yours. Anthar Mygora replied.
Thank you, Chief Burke. We appreciate you allowing us this audience on such short notice. We received Vindari Antufal's message concerning your discovery of a weapon to be used against the enemy. We also understand it has seen a successful test. We wish to learn more about this and discuss what can be done for the refugees from the Shanwei star system.
The people of the Tamdral are currently residing in their own vessel, Daniel said. They've been medically checked, but we're taking extra precautions so we don't exchange any diseases either side cannot face. As far as Protocol 7, We will freely grant you access to the information. We would, however, appreciate a few things in return. What are your terms? Migora tilted his head up. A sign Clea knew meant he did not appreciate the way Daniel spoke to him. She briefed the Earth Council on how to speak to her people. She had no idea why they didn't listen. Instead of mentioning their own demands, they should have allowed the Keelans to offer. We're generous people. Look at what we've already given you for nothing. We are currently building a second vessel, another defender for our solar system, but lack the resources to complete the task. Can you assist? Yes. Migora nodded once. What else? We need to know how you plan to use the Protocol 7 and what we can do to implement your plans into our own defensive matrices. This technology has proven very powerful, and if we're not admitted fully into the Alliance, we may well not have any choice but to start weathering frequent assaults on our own. My government has extended me the authority to invite your culture to join our alliance, Migora said. Gray put his hand on Clea's forearm and squeezed it. Conditionally. Oh? Daniel tilted his head. Do explain. After an initial assessment to determine the viability of using Protocol 7 at all, we will be taking it to a secret facility on the outskirts of our space, a place where we can replicate and perfect this weapon. If you truly wish to join the Alliance, it's time to see what you can do. We ask that you send the Behemoth with our ship. Escort your technology and see for yourself what our advanced technology can do. The other council members began speaking all at once, and Daniel hushed them. I'm sure you realize we cannot do that. We would be relinquishing our own defense just to escort technology. My second, Antar Rushin, will be taking Protocol 7 to our planet. My ship will remain behind to assist you with the construction of your own vessel, and will also address your refugee situation. I trust you've done your research on me and know I will be more than capable of keeping this system safe from another breach. Gray looked at Clea with wide eyes. She shrugged. This surprised her, but it meant good things. For one, the Alliance was offering admission into their ranks. Free exchange of ideas and trade was close now. One last hoop, a simple mission to a weapons facility. Those were some of the safest places in Alliance space. Totally hidden and off the grid, the enemy never found one before. They'd be there and back before they knew it. The value went far beyond just seeing another part of space. It meant a collusion of ideas culminating in the prolonged safety of Earth and the eventual destruction of their mutual enemy. Clea hoped the humans were smart enough to agree. Give us a moment to deliberate. Daniel said. Captain Atwell, will you please join us? Gray glanced at Clea. Wish me luck. He stepped away, leaving her to sit stiff and nervous. Depending on how the council voted, she and the Behemoth would leave Earth space. It had been years since she'd done so. Her heart raced even as she maintained a placid expression. Even a milk run sounded exciting to her. Anything to get out and about, to see other systems. This opportunity for motion seemed too good to pass up. She hoped the council saw it the same way. Gray approached the gathered assembly, who whispered in hushed voices. He folded his arms over his chest and waited for them to address him. On the surface, it sounded like they agreed the Behemoth needed to go with the Keelans. He wondered what was left for them to debate. Hold on. Daniel lifted his hand. What do you think, Gray? You've been spending a lot of time with the alien. Do you believe them? Clea devoted years of her life to helping humanity, and the top brass still considered her the alien. He gritted his teeth for a moment to avoid saying something, then cleared his throat. Yes, I trust them completely. Clea has proven to be nothing short of a miracle worker, and she's put our safety before her own many times. Hell, she put our culture before her own by coming here. They're the good guys, sir. Daniel nodded. And do you feel your crew is up to the task? If the facility is as secluded as they say, of course, it'll be a cakewalk. Gray frowned. But my experience tells me nothing is as easy as someone makes it sound. Even so, if we encounter resistance with one of their own ships, then we can take the opposition. These guys have a lot more experience fighting the opponents than we do. I'd love some pointers. Another council member spoke up. A new one Gray hadn't met yet. Her gray hair was bound up in a tight bun, and her craggy face spoke of a hard life. We'll leverage their technical expertise to finish our own vessel, and if they truly want to take the Tamdrol's woes off our plate, I'd let them. Anyone against this? Daniel asked the others. Marshal Jameson spoke up. Yes, I have a big problem with sending our defending ship, the one we control, off to some other solar system for 6 weeks. God knows how far it is or how long they'll be gone. Jameson shook his head. This isn't something we want to do. How are we going to finish the other ship then? Marquel stepped in. They've helped us before, and I sincerely doubt they'd come back here and make demands or not follow through on promises. Hell, they're the reason we're still alive. It seems pretty disingenuous if we snub them now. Jameson waved his hand. They dropped off a single alien and some tech specs. The rest we handle ourselves. They practically done nothing for us at all. You can't argue that their assistance was instrumental in getting the behemoth combat ready again, Gray said. Their pulse technology alone made a huge difference. You're rather sympathetic for a mysterious race, Captain. Jameson scowled. You don't know what they're capable of. When you're gone, they may decide we're a valuable resource. Our planet could be strip-mined, or perhaps something might come up, an emergency pulling them away. We'd be defenseless. Don't make this about Gray, Daniel said. We gave him command of the behemoth because he's got an open mind. I'm not going to give him a hard time about it now. Besides, you're being a fatalist, Marquel added. We've never once received a hint that the Alliance would treat us in such a way. They've been nothing but generous. Why would they suddenly, out of the blue, decide to betray us like that? Elizabeth cleared her throat, finally contributing to the conversation. Ultimately, we have to weigh the pros and cons here. On the positive side, we gain the tech we need and help with the Tamdrol. Those folks are in pretty serious need, and let's be honest, we're not in a position to do it. Also, admittance into the Alliance will work to our advantage. And the cons? Daniel asked. We have to trust them, Elizabeth shrugged. And I can honestly see why Jameson has a hard time with that. We've seen goodwill, yes, but this is something else. Why not send them alone with the technology? Give it to their ships, and we'll wait here for them to come back with whatever they discover. Our technicians might be instrumental in helping to unlock its full potential, Gray said. Come now, Jameson scowled. They built pulse drives for God's sake. I'm sure they will be more than capable of uncovering whatever can be found about this Protocol 7. I don't know, Daniel said. I'm with Gray for a different reason. I want in on that technology. I want to know we have the advantage immediately. If they don't choose to come back with what they learned, then we'll simply research it on our own, Jameson replied. That hasn't worked so well for our current situation, Elizabeth added. We are stuck on our second vessel. Our ships have scoured our own system. If I might offer another pro to this discussion, trade would be a very good thing. Do you have an opinion one way or another? Jameson. You're waffling. You sound prejudiced to me, Jameson, Marquel added. Is that what I'm hearing? How dare you? Daniel waved his hand. Enough of that. We're on the same side here. Gray spoke up. You all make excellent points, but I'm going to add one more. Those two ships out there are highly advanced, even more so than our own. They may not be able to take as much punishment, but they've got technology far beyond anything we've seen. Two of their ships saved us years ago, and now we have the chance to partner with them, not be subservient. They're asking for a partnership, not indentured servitude. I agree, Marquel nodded. Taking a stance from the financial side, Elizabeth said, I believe we should agree to help. Send the behemoth on this run, and we will leverage the remaining ship to our advantage. Open trade can begin, and as a full member of the Alliance, humanity will prosper. I'm strongly against this, Jameson said. The risks are too great, the situation dangerous, and all around, this feels wrong. Mark my words, if you go against me on this, we're going to feel it. You're a coward, Marquel muttered. And that type of talk is precisely why humanity remains in the shadows. That isolationist mentality from World War II and the same prejudice to go along with it. Again, that's enough, Daniel sighed. Anyone else have an opinion? They remained silent. All right. And you're sure you're on board, Gray? Gray nodded. Absolutely, sir. We can do this. Very well, Daniel said. Please return to your seat. Gray joined Clea again as the council stepped back up to their table.
Hmm. Sorry, I did not realize that the microphone was on. Anyway, it's time for me to go to bed. Tomorrow I will inlay my leaves and I will start to do the background. And if I got the time, oh, actually, not tomorrow, I got another job I need to do. So I will continue on that Monday, most likely. Until then, I hope that you'll be well and enjoy. Take care and have a great weekend if it's a weekend wherever you are. Bye.